Hello, this is Mr. Sherwin speaking, and we're going through today how to draw up a bedside table using AutoCAD. So the first step is to open AutoCAD because it takes quite a long time to open. So double click AutoCAD 2014, make sure it's 2014. Then once that's loading, if we come back down here to Google Chrome, open up your Lamp Harder page, and then go to Subject Resources, TAS, Stage 5, and then down the bottom here we have AutoCAD template. So if we click on that to download, it should come up down the bottom here. Then if you just click and drag and move it to your desktop like that. Once that's complete and your computer's loaded, and AutoCAD is loaded, make sure you take out your bedside table drawing. It's essential to have that in front of you while we do this drawing. So I can just close that, and then up here the big A for AutoCAD, we click on that, and then that's pretty much your file. So we go click open, then we go desktop, show AutoCAD template, open. And there it is, we'll go full screen. So what we have here down the bottom is model space, scale 0.5, scale 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, and 10. What the scales are, if we click on one of them, there are templates we print from. So if you print from this scale, it will be 2 to 1. If you print from scale 1, it'll be, if it loads, scale 1 to 1. Okay, scale 1 to 1. So to draw, we always draw in our model space. So if we go down here, we got our different size boxes. These boxes correspond with the scales down here. For example, if I draw a circle in scale 1 to 2, and then I want to print, I will go down to scale 2 here, and there's my circle. So first of all, we need to decide which scale is suitable for our bedside table. So we can always move it if it doesn't suit, but I believe scale 1.5 will be suitable. So just a word of advice, to move around, use the scroll button to zoom in and out, and then if you click the scroll button and drag, that'll pan for you. So it's very helpful. So we'll just zoom into there to 1.5. Now before we start to begin drawing, we have our commands up here for our lines, but right here in layers, it says layers, if we click on the drop down menu, these are all the different layers which we can draw in. For example, if we want to draw a line, we'll select line and we'll use that layer. If we need hidden detail, we'll select hidden detail and use that. If we need dimension, we'll use dimension layer. So we'll start with line, so we click line. Now to draw a line, we can either start at the top by clicking line, or this program is very intuitive, so if you actually start typing what you want to do, for example line, it will come up. It's a bit laggy, this computer. There we go. Now you can either click there, but I prefer just to press enter. So line selected, enter. So L, enter. We'll do a line for you. Now we're going to do the front view. The front view is always the drawing. The front view is the view which has the most detail. So for you, you can see with your drawing in front of you, the front view is looking straight onto the draw. So we'll start with the leg down the bottom. So first we click, and then we drag in the direction we want to draw a line. So if we want to draw a line up, see the dotted line, the green dotted line, that snaps for us, and you can see it says 90 degrees on the screen. So now we know that's perfectly 90 degrees. Now if we type in the total length of the leg, using our keypad, 582, and then simply press enter. There we go, it's pretty big, we might have to move up to scale 1.8, but we'll keep going for the time being. Now without clicking anything else, you just bring it over to 0 degrees, or horizontal, and then you type in the width, which is 42, enter. Now that it comes down 140 mil straight, so type in 140, enter. And now the tricky part here is the angle. So we know if you're ever stuck and you want to get rid of anything in this program, always just keep pressing escape. So keep pressing escape there, and we'll come back and go line, enter. Okay, then we know the base here is 20 millimeters, so we'll type in 20, enter, and then we join it up with that line. So if you can see that square, the green square, that means it's locking onto that section. So if we click there, that'll lock on, and then we just press escape to get out of that. So now we've got one leg drawn. So we only really need to draw half of the drawing, and then we'll just mirror it from the line. So if we go line, we start here. Now the total width of that is 236. So if you type in 236 divided by 2, enter, that'll give us line halfway. Because like I said, we can mirror it. Now the height of that, the rail, the front top rail, if you can see in your drawing, type it in, and then click back there, and hit escape. Now, the bottom rail starts 130 mil from the top. So if we drag over the top but we don't actually click, and then we slowly drag down, see it comes up with extension. So this means it's going to start us on a point without actually drawing a line. So again, I'll do that again, escape, L enter for line, hover over where we want to start, then we slowly drag down, it says extension, so I want to extend 130, so I type in 130, enter. There we go. So it started me on the base of my bottom rail. So now if I want to draw a line across, see how it locks on, so if I go up to here, slowly go down, the green line locks on, and then I know it's 18 high, 18 enter, and then locks back on there. So now we've drawn the front leg and the two rails. So the next part to draw is our top. So if we go line, and I know my top from here is 200, enter, and then I know it is also 18 high, enter. Now then, it does have an angle. So to adjust your angle settings, if you go down to here to polar tracking, okay, if you right click on that, make sure it's right click, and see how it's blue, that means it's selected, but the one next to it is grey, so it's not selected, so make sure it's always blue. So I'll right click, I'm going to change that to 5 degrees or 15 if you want, but we'll use 5 degrees. Now if we go line, and we type in, it goes 30 mil across, enter, and it says 165 degrees. There we go. We zoom in here, make sure it's still 165 degrees, and lock it off there. There we go. Escape. Now to trim something in this program, you simply start typing it again. So TR, there we go, trim, and then you have to press enter twice. It is essential to press it twice. So once, twice, and then we'll click the line we want to delete. Now it's not going to delete this line because we just drew it and it's not extending. Okay, so we have to actually escape that, click the line and delete it, and then go back to trim. TR, enter, enter, and then delete it. And now we've got our angle. Now there's a fair bit of hidden detail work here. I'll just do one little section of it, and I'll let you guys do the rest. So if we go down to here where line is, and then we select hidden detail, so we change the layer to hidden detail, line. Now then, we'll have to flip to our other drawing of our front rail to see the dimensions. So it's 10 by 10. So now if I wanted to come to the middle of this section, it's not allowing me to. Oh, middle is coming up on this one. But if your middle, so if your triangle's not selecting, if you come down to here with, sorry about that, with the square, with a little hash at the top, it's called Object Snap. Again, don't click on it, make sure you right click, and then turn on midpoint. Okay, so make sure midpoint's selected. Your computer might have it on or might have it not. So if I turn it off, that's what it looks like when it's off. So I'll click it back on and make sure it's still clicked on down here. So now the midpoint will be selected. So if I hover over there, don't actually click, and then drag, there we go, it'll link me to the center point. So if I click there, and then I'm going to go, because it's 10 mil tenon, so we'll go half a 10 mil, which is 5, enter, and then we'll go up. The length of the tenon is 12, enter, and then it's 10, enter, and we'll click back here. And we'll just delete that hidden detail line in there, so let's click that line and delete. There we go, so we've done our first hidden detail. Now, there's a fair few more hidden details which you guys will have to figure out, but I'll leave that for now. Now, to mirror this object to the other side, we need to select it. So there's two different types of selecting tools. We can either click left and drag, and it will come up with a green box, and this will select anything that it touches. Okay, so like that. So anything that it touches. However, if we click and drag to the right, it will only select what it totally encompasses. For example, it's not going to select the two legs, it's only going to select that bottom rail. Like that. Can come in very handy. So, now that you understand that, we'll click dragging to the left because we're going to select everything. Now once everything's selected, we can either click mirror up here, or we can type in MI for mirror, click enter, and now we want to click just there, and then you see it rotates. We'll lock it on 90 degrees, and then click, and then it asks us, do we want to erase our first object? No, so it's already selected N, so just press enter. There we go, so now we don't need these lines in here, do we? So click that, delete, click, delete, and there we have an almost completed front view without a little handle, or the hidden details in lines in here. So I'll let you guys go from here to try and draw the rest of the drawing, and then I'll make another video for the dimensions. Now if you ever needed to change this to line for some reason, or you drew it in line, you want to change it back, just select it, click up the top here and select line, and that will change it, but we really want a hidden detail. And then just press escape a few times. And there we have it. Now if you didn't draw it in the middle, or you wanted to move it, again select it all, and then type in M for move, and it'll come up. And you can either click, or I recommend pressing enter. So click enter, escape, M, enter. Select objects, select it all, enter. Click the base point where we want to move it from, and then we'll move it to there. There we go. And then you guys can continue drawing the top view and the hidden detail lines, and then the end view of the drawing. Hope that helps.